Looks like Nintendo finally decided to reveal the biggest announcement of the year and revealed the SNES Classic. Or at least it would have been a huge announcement if there weren't leaks out the wazoo for the last couple months. But alas, Nintendo revealed the lineup for the console and I was flabbergasted. It's going to include all the classics you'd expect, like Super Mario World and Donkey Kong Country, while giving us games completely out of left field, like Star Fox 2. And who would have ever thought we'd get to play the official version of Star Fox 2 in our lifetimes? Not this hoot, that's for sure. Now, as great of a lineup as it is, it seems a little thin with only 21 games releasing on the Mini, and there were some notable exclusions from the list. So with that in mind, I'm your host 24Kevin here for 24Kevintendo, and here's 10 games missing from the SNES Classic. Number 10, Pilot Wings. I talked a little bit about this on what games I would put on the SNES Classic video, but it seems downright wrong not to include one of the SNES's launch titles on the Classic. Although this wasn't the most robust title, the different style of flight simulation and challenges are enough to give the player a nice change of pace compared to the other games on the system. I guess it's not one of Nintendo's more popular franchises, but I'm still surprised to see it excluded over the likes of Super Punch-Out, which is just a remake from the NES Classics Punch-Out. But what can you do? Number 9, Donkey Kong Country 2. So for this list, I'm limiting my picks to one game per franchise, and if I had to pick between Donkey Kong Country 2 and 3, I'd pick 2 every time, even though I do love those damn banana birds. Donkey Kong Country 2 took everything that made the original Donkey Kong Country great, and somehow made it even better. They added in new buddies, new bonus barrels, and introduced the first female protagonist in DK history, Dixie. Why Nintendo didn't include the Donkey Kong trilogy on the SNES Classic after the 3 original Super Mario Bros. Games were released on the NES Classic, I'll never know. But it still makes me sad to think that I won't be able to play a big part of my childhood. Number 8, Yuna Racers. Quick history lesson for you guys. Nintendo developed Yuna Racers to show that the SNES could handle the same high-paced graphics Sonic was known for. The concept was fairly simple. Race through various high-octane courses as you perform stunts to get your speed up, or earn the high score in the half-pipe. Unfortunately, earlier that year, Pixar released Red's Dream, a short animated film revolving around a red unicycle. Since a red unicycle was featured prominently on the cover, Pixar sued and Nintendo had to cease production on the cartridges, producing only 300,000 units in its initial run. Unfortunately, due to these circumstances, it's unlikely we'll ever see Yuna Racers re-released on a Nintendo console again, but I'll keep hoping, and wishing, and praying, and loving. Number 7, Super Star Wars. Full disclosure, I'm impartial to Empire Strikes Back, but seeing as the original would probably need to be present on the system in order to play the sequel, makes this the default choice. This was an extremely punishing platformer that had the player taking on the mantle of various Star Wars characters and vehicles as they made their way through the original movie storyline. I know it would be hard to license, and seeing as the series has been re-released on the PS4, it's very unlikely. It still would have been nice to have at least one on this console. Number 6, NHL 98. This was the quintessential top-down old-school hockey game, second only to Blades of Steel. This game encouraged players to have a more tactical approach to the game and punish players for mashing and hoping for the best. Although there hasn't been a hockey game on a Nintendo console in quite some time, this would have been a nice nostalgia trip to test the waters. That, and as all of you know, I'm Canadian, and there's no way I'm pissing off our beaver overlords by not mentioning a hockey game. Number 5, Tetris Attacks. As a big fan of the Puzzle League series and the Penal de Pon series, I was dumbfounded when they didn't include the OG on the console. This game plays very similar to Candy Crush as well. Line up the matching panels in vertical and horizontal lines, and create combos and race to defeat your opponent. If you really break it down, you can see how Candy Crush actually took its inspiration from this game. And seeing how popular Candy Crush continues to be, it would be a really great bonding experience for whichever Candy Crush obsessed relative comes over. Number 4, Secret of Evermore. Secret of Evermore is a westernized RPG and had the distinct honor of being the only game developed by Square of North America. The game handled similarly to Secret of Mana, where the player takes control of a young boy and his dog as they get teleported through a mysterious machine and travel through the world of Evermore. Granted, it's not the most well-known game, it's still a solid RPG with interesting battle mechanics, including using alchemy that is only available if you have the necessary ingredients. Plus, you have a shape-shifting doggo as a partner. Who doesn't want to play with a shape-shifting doggo? A little bougie. Number 3, NBA Jam. Come on and slap, and welcome to the jam. After the hype for NBA Playgrounds fizzled out on the Nintendo Switch, I was really looking forward to playing the originator on the SNES Classic. Now unfortunately, the one thing the Classic is truly missing is a multiplayer sports title for friends to face off against other friends to really bring back that nostalgic multiplayer madness that Nintendo was known for. Alas, no such love, and Nintendo nerds alike will have to settle for the patch that finally released for NBA Playgrounds. At least we get a copy of Shaq Fu though, right guys? Number 2, Chrono Trigger. Now, excuse me for a moment, but what are you doing, Nintendo? Are you nuts? This is one of the genre-defining games that helped to revolutionize the RPG genre. Now, Nintendo obviously knows there's a demand for the game as they released a remake for the DS, and they have obviously seen every list like this where basically everyone had Chrono Trigger on it at some point. Honestly, I'm just really disappointed fans of a new generation won't get the chance to experience this game. Unless it eventually comes to the Virtual Console, but Lord only knows when that's gonna happen. Oh, don't get me started on this one now. And the number 1 game missing from the SNES Classic is Turtles in Time. Now, in all fairness, I'm pretty biased when it comes to this title, as it's the game I played the most with my friends growing up. This was, in my opinion, the standard bearer for side-scrolling beat-em-ups at the time, and even surpassed Double Dragon in terms of replayability and fun. The player chose whichever turtle they wanted and proceeded to hack and slash their way through time, taking on some of the turtle's most iconic villains. It was a great game to pick up and play, as it only took a few hours to complete the entire story. And honestly, who doesn't love playing as the heroes in a half shell? Turtle power. And that's our list. What did you guys think? Are there any games you thought were missing from the SNES Classic? Leave a comment down below and let me know what you guys think. Come over and check out my Twitch channel. I believe the link is down in the comment section down below. I'm on almost every single day, so if you guys like seeing a bunch of Nintendo Switch content played, come over and check it out. Anyways, guys, for everyone here at 24KevNintendo, I'm your host, 24Kevin. I gotta go, though. It's time to go jump on Twitch. See you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Bye!